Hi there, namaste, and welcome back to another spiritualistic pick a card reading. Thank you so much for being here today. Welcome to your channeled message from Mintaka. Please take a deep breath, drawing the energy up your spine as you inhale, creating a clear and open channel. And as you exhale, allow yourself to come into clear knowing which group or groups has your message in it for you today from Mintaka. We have group number 1 on the left with Cellular Healing, group number 2 in the center with Deepening Faith, and group number 3 on the right with Blessing Magnet. As always, the timestamps to your readings are listed below in the description box, as well as links to my Etsy page where you can find personal readings, my Follow Your Heart Oracle deck, my Light Codes Oracle deck. This is one of my Mintaka light codes that you can find in the deck to connect with them directly, as well as the books that I've written and a few different journals that I've published as well, one for meditation and channeled messages, one for recording your dreams, and one for self-exploration and shadow work, which is a deep dive into you. There you'll also be able to find personal readings for your energy and situation alone, from anything from helping to open and expand on a topic, Akashic Records, anything to do with a 3D situation, or just any question you might have really in general. Spirit is pretty open to anything, and I'm an open channel, so you can also find Reiki and energetic attunement sessions there as well. So, thank you so very much for being here. I'm sending you all my love, light, and gratitude. I'm so happy and grateful to connect, and I will see you at your reading. Namaste. Hi there, group 1. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for being here. Today, I have a channeled message to you from Mintaka, and you selected the first group with the Cellular Healing card. I'm feeling the energy of Mintaka right away embracing you, group number 1. They are very, very happy and excited to connect with you. You may be very, very connected with the element of water, with ocean beings, ocean deities. You may resonate a lot with Mintaka, or perhaps this is just something that you are very, very comfortable around this energy. You might be an artist. There's also this energy coming out here of Orion. As we know, Mintaka is the middle star in Orion's belt. So any of these energies here, essentially Mintaka is opening up their arms to you, and they want to say, welcome, welcome, group 1. They're so excited that you're here. Now, I do a lot of channeled messages. I've channeled Mintaka before, but I think only one other time, and not from this collective, have we gotten a, yay, welcome, they're here. So that is first and foremost coming through directly for you, group number 1. And with the Cellular Healing card, this is actually a very, very profound energy. I'm going to pull this Mintakan light code here, and I'm going to keep it here for my utilization for the reading, just to help channel off of. This energy from Mintaka here wants to let you know that you have been dealing with a lot of upgrades in your system when it comes to your vibration, and your vibration shifts the energy of your cells. It shifts the energy of the water within your body. And as you are aware, the body is mostly made up of water. Life on Earth is sustained mostly by water, and much of creation and life is often associated with water. Now, we're not speaking about consciousness. We are speaking about life manifest, which is picking at straws, but hopefully you understand they're speaking about beings. Beings being largely made out of water, and of course carbon and many other things. Mintaka would like for you to connect with the element of water within and around you for expansion of your alchemical skills. Some of you are aware that you have access to this, and others of you are learning about it, but there is water in the air. There is water in your body. We drink water. All life, all plants, everything has water in it. Your blood is made from water. The stems and roots of plants, they hold water. And as we know, water is the hidden alchemist that exists throughout all of Earth. Now, interestingly enough, Mintaka is drawing my attention to the energy of a siren song. Now, Mintaka is a water planet that resonates with a lot of water beings, and it did, well, we'll get to it later. They don't wish to speak about their end. They wish to speak about their life, the bulk, the substance of Mintaka. And they're drawing attention to the connectivity between alchemy on Earth, the water that is within everything, within the air, within the bodies, within the plants, within the food, within every single thing, and the sound frequency, the ability that sound has to alter this. Now, they're drawing attention to the power of your throat chakra, which goes a lot deeper than affirmations and self-narratives, which are important. Speaking into your water before you drink it, swirling it around or activating it before you drink it. These things are important. These things are helpful. However, they want to remind you that beyond just the spatial frequency of vibration, think, I have an image in my third eye and I'm sending it to you. It was the orange cat emoji for those of you who wanted to try that. If beyond energetic frequency, beyond me sending something to you, you can also utilize water. Water is an energy that is in between here and there. It is in between spirit and it is in between physical manifestation. The unseen, for example, air, gaseous energy, the energy that we breathe, the energy within us. Water also rules emotions and intuition, things that are unseen but do rule a lot of the functioning experience here, as well as the physical manifestation of water. Water, we need to drink it in order to survive and be healthy. We often can get very, very sick and lose life force if we are dehydrated. Now, water is something that you are being called to really, really hone in on at this time. Not just staying hydrated, which please always be hydrated, Group 1, I love you, but Mintaka wants to bring forward the message here with the cellular healing here. You have the ability to affect energies, not just through frequency, vibration, electricity, space, air, but they also want to remind you that water is part of this too. Water is a part of the air. Water is a part of the body. It's a part of the plants. It's a part of the earth. And it is a lot larger it holds a lot larger stake or stock than we might think that it does. This is the energy that we do not see, that we exist among all the time. When you walk through air, you are walking through water. When you walk down the street, you are walking on top of water. Every bit of land on Earth at one point was underneath water. Every single thing here is water. So they draw attention again to sound frequency. Some of you have a very, very beautiful gift utilizing your voice, because your voice is a channel to spirit, to all that is beyond. Allowing your voice to remember the connectivity between the throat and the womb, or the throat and the reproductive organ in general. There is a parallel here. There's a reason for this, regardless of what physical body you have incarnated into. There is a connection between water and sound, one that is unshakable and, interestingly enough, apart from the other things that align in a parallel fashion in our universe, where they will be equidistant, if you will, to other energies from the center, this actually follows the golden ratio, the Fibonacci sequence. And just for quick reference here, if we take a look at the heart chakra, this is the center. This is the polarization of all of the energies. We have masculine down at these three, feminine up at the top three, and anahata right in the center, which is neither one or the other. Now, the connection here, if we look at the polarity between the root and the crown, this is equidistant to the heart. Sacral and pineal, these are equidistant to the heart. If we look at the solar plexus and the throat, also equidistant to the heart. What we're looking at here is water to voice. water to sound frequency. And this is 1 up from the heart and 2 down from the heart. This, my friend, is the golden ratio. They're showing me a nautilus. If you're familiar with this also follows the Fibonacci spiral, the Fibonacci sequence, the golden ratio. So taking a look for spirals, the number 333, and utilizing the power, the beauty, the solemnity, is that the word that I'm hearing? The solemn energy of your voice. Because it is so much more than words. It comes from the heart, and it has the ability to affect everything around you, even things that you whisper. This is more so the intention behind it manifest as physical sound, physical frequency. And so this is why the connection here of sound and water is so prevalent. This is why speaking into your bath before you get into it. This is why speaking to your water before you drink it. This is why speaking to plants kindly for them to grow. This is why we embody these practices, because we know the power of water. We also know the power of affirmating noises. We know the power of binaural beats. We know the power of sound. And so this is a lot more than the throat chakra and the sacral chakra. This is alchemy behind and beyond time and space that can also very easily affect, in and of itself, time and space. So looking at this from a higher perspective here, zooming out just a bit, Mintaka wants to show you your ability to tap in your consciousness to your individual cells. Your individual cells, which have water molecules. Your individual water elements, liquid energy. That taps in with Mintaka, your crystalline rainbow energy, your diamond rainbow energy, your crystalline blueprint, however, through the element of water. That works with light, but liquid light. That works with sound healing, but sound with water. And that when you fill up your lungs and you use your diaphragm in order to exert air when you speak, when you use affirmations, when you whisper, when you sing, that air is also filled with water. So there is this feeling of reminding yourself that even when you are above land, you are still swimming through water. Reminding yourself that just like when you get in water, when you get in a tub, when you get in the ocean, when you get into a pool, you feel the support of the water around you, taking some of the weight and the energy off of you. You have done a lot of this healing work. You have done a lot of this alchemical work, and you are ready now to feel this effect without placing your body in the water, because on this earth, in this body, you are never not in water. And so Mintaka wants to remind you of your power and also the amount of limited effort required from you in order to exert this power. Because when we think about air and we think about earth and we think about fire, there's one connecting factor to all of them. One of them embraces one of them embraces water, while another is made from water. Another one is muted by water. Nonetheless, water is the commonality. Water and space, you will hear oftentimes that they mirror each other. What's macro is micro, what's micro is macro, and they will often utilize space and the ocean in order to be able to look at these micro and macrocosm systems. So, Mintaka would like to draw to your attention today, and I'll pull some more specific individualized messages for you, Group 1. They just wanted to draw this to your attention and kind of set those antennas off for a moment. Mintaka wants to remind you that you are allowed to not only live in flow with your heart and your feelings in the universe and your intuition, but that it's allowed to be easy. That at any given moment in time, you can decide to feel the weightlessness of water. That at any given moment, you can whisper something into the air and feel it be drunk by an entire collective, just as you would whisper something kind into your water so that it shifts your vibration a smidge. You are being drawn to tap in more strongly with the element of water so that you can feel the liquid attributes of light, so that you can feel the liquid attributes of the crystalline body, so that you can feel the liquid attributes of the astral realm, and so that you can feel the liquid attributes of Mintaka, and perhaps remind yourself or remember or dive into some past, present, future parallel lifetimes or collectives that may be parallel or coexisting among us, because there are many of these as well. Mintaka is happy to be a bridge energy to you and other collectives that you may be drawn to that embrace the energy of water. Mintaka, as many of you know, is kind of a poster child for water collectives. Not because they are the only one, but because they were such a solid and vibrationally sound, beautiful, divinely blissful place. Mintaka is a place infamous for having found peace through water. Therefore, all individuality and all oneness coincided peacefully with itself. The separation and oneness coexisted. The siren songs that sang were nothing of pure love and light and joy. They were all raising vibrations and finding peace and solace and love and gratitude without needing to manipulate or change or shift anything, because everything was, and everything was beautiful. Now, those of you might also know that Mintaka did have quite an unfortunate end. We still have the star in the sky. However, the Mintakan collective, the actual water planet with the beings, was ultimately destroyed. So a lot of energies that resonate with being Mintakan starseeds, they carry this, what we like to call a soul wound, with them today. But even when you look at a wound, you will find liquid, you will find water. And allowing this to disperse a little bit into the air, allowing it to turn into bubbles, or perhaps just create a little extra space in here and look at the water for what it is and speak your own siren song, to say what you remember, to identify, honor, and express your vibration, the vibration that comes through you and by you, because they are one and the same. This is what Mintaka wishes to draw with you today. They wish to bring to your attention the threes that are around you, the fact that it's time to stand in your power, and the fact that this does not need to be fire. The fact that power and fire often are coincided together. But they also want to remind you that the thing that has power over fire is water. And it is not because it is destructive, and it's not because it's forceful, it's not because it's passionate, and it's not because it's filled with rage or anything fiery. It is, in fact, because it is water, because it is gentle. Because waves can do just as much damage, but they are more trackable than a wildfire. And every single molecule that has ever existed in the earth, in some way, shape, or form, has access to all the memory that water, as a being, as a spirit, if you will, has ever touched. And that magic, that access, that knowing that that is a part of you in your cells, that is something that is cellularly healing, divine, magical, and also maybe something that you may be feeling drawn towards opening up to. I'm being shown, our scientists today, using water as a sign of potential life on other planets that are in our local solar system, or a bit beyond, I believe. Water is often a telltale sign of life. It is not the only one, but it is a large potential factor. And when you tap in with water, and you are mostly water, you breathe water. I say that lightly, okay. I know what air is made up of. But when you walk through water, and you breathe water, and you are water, and you live through and are water, you have access to all of that information. Because there might be different bits and pieces of collectives of water. There might be you, and there might be me, and there might be Mintaka, and there might be goldfish. There might be goldfish, and there might be whales, and there might be mermaids, and there might be orcas. There might be dolphins. There might be octopus. But water, there might be fresh water and ocean water and lake water and this particular lake, but water. Just water. She knows all. She has seen all. She sustains life, even in the places where we pretend not to have found it yet. And you have access to this memory because she is you and you are her. Let's pull some tarot cards, group 1. Loving this message. Okay. We see that there's an energy of expansion, perhaps an energy of opening something up that you might want to pull back a little bit. There's this energy of, I'm hearing 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and the Chariot here, because you know that once you open, pun intended, the floodgates, that is exactly what's happening. So let's pull some messages from Mintaka here. Page of Cups, Ace of Swords, and the 7 of Pentacles. Okay. When it comes to you following your heart, when it comes to you tapping in with aspects of your intuition, or perhaps even exploring different energies, vibrations, situations, healing modalities, collectives involving water, you will feel playful, and you will stumble upon truths that internally you already are aware of, because all is one and one is all. We are individuals. We are also all one. When you tap in with this, when you tap in with the water perspective of this, and you find that truth, you seek things that are beautiful, and they're beautifully true. They might also be beautifully harsh. And that harshness doesn't need to be good or bad. It might just be a bit of a shock. When we tap in with this, when we express this, when we follow our heart, when we allow ourselves to explore that new gift of intuition that we have, when we allow ourselves to feel that emotion that's kind of new that we haven't felt before, when we let ourselves go there, and we tap in with whatever way you have been feeling water in your physical grounded life, in the way that affects your physical mind in your body here, drawing this all the way forward to your body, to your life, to your 3D experience here, and 4D, okay, experience. What water has been affecting your mind? What emotion? What intuition? What curiosity? What type of whale, perhaps? This energy is, of course, situational for you. This is where it becomes more of a general reading. However, when we zoom this out a little bit, when we create space in here and we zoom out, you are being gifted with the answers of where to seek for what it is that you don't know that you're looking for. And this is not to say anything other than if you seek, you shall find. And it's also not to say that there's anything that you have or need or should want or anything that's not already in your life and part of you. But you do have this cellular memory within you. And you have done the cellular healing, the cellular reconstruction, the cellular attunement, and the cellular growth. Some of you are regenerating very, very quickly. Lately, you might notice your hair just growing like crazy. You might notice your skin recycling a little bit faster than the average 28 days. You might notice your nails growing more quickly. You might notice your consciousness, your intuition expanding like, I would say a wildfire, but rather like a large set of swells And this almost can be trustworthy because even if it feels like a lot, even if you feel like you are going to maybe make it up that wave, maybe it'll take you where you're trying to go, but at the end of the day, you also might tumble. You also might hit the bottom. You can get tumbled around, right? However, we always know where it's going to go. It's going to bring you out, and then it'll bring you back in. And then there will always be a moment of peace, and then it will bring you back out, and then it will bring you back in, because we are on a planet that is in sync with our moon. And we are water. So we are not alone. We are supported by Mother Earth, Gaia, who is supported by water, who once was a water planet. We are supported by Grandmother Moon, Grandmother Ocean, who are our guides, who are our messengers, who are our beautiful, loving family members, who are bits and pieces of water just like we are. You are water with skin on it. The ocean is water with salt in it. You have a microbiome, and the ocean has dolphins and fish and sea lions and turtles. We are not so different. However, our means of communication, well, we do have energies that coincide and connect, as we are all connected through her. So, tapping in with this and finding those ways that you connect with her, and allowing yourself to turn this on a little bit, to tap into this a little bit. This truth, now I'll get to a little more Mintakan specific energy because they have a message for you relating to this. That they want to show you how they are here with you now, regardless of a timeline, a reality, a star system, a collective, an origin story, anything like this. They want to let you know that this foundation of water being the truth of the earth is something that you are being called to crack open. And we have page, okay? They're showing me a leaf turning over. So a page, a new page is calling you to either write a new story, begin your truth, or to acknowledge that truth with clarity, with clear, fresh, new eyes, to look at something and hear something you've never heard before, to sit maybe with the ocean or with your nearby pond and listen to what the beings are saying to others underneath it. And maybe it's not with your ears. Maybe it's with the senses maybe it's with your auditory senses that are behind your ears. And I'm not talking about high or low frequencies. Where do they stop? We're speaking about your sensors. We're speaking about the water that is within you and you have access to here. So some of you may be clairaudient, some of you may not be. Some of you may have access to water. Some of you may have access to really good hearing, and others of you may not have either, but you're very clairaudient. It is the bridge between all of these energies. It is this tapping in with the beings, letting yourself sit with an energy and feel just like when you look at a loving plant that you're familiar with, or a plant, an animal, and you feel that it has a message for you, and you feel whether or not it comes through words, whether or not you are experienced with this, whether or not you do this every day and you're amazing at it, that literally, that familiarity. When you look at someone else in the eyes, and with no words, you're able to find common energy, common ground. When you, a being of water, sit with a manifestation of water, the wind spirit, the ocean, the fish that's on your desk, Mintaka. This foundation holds worlds and truths, and there is some work to be done here. Not shadow work, not a to-do list, but there is an entire new world for you to explore. And so Mintaka here, they want to say, for some of you, okay, if you remember them, then you remember all. For others of you, if you really feel drawn to Neptune, you really feel drawn to the Little Mermaid, you really feel drawn to Poseidon, you really feel drawn towards Yamaya, you really feel drawn towards water energies. Maybe you really feel drawn towards Katara from Avatar: The Last Airbender. There is a reason that things call to you, and it's not for no reason. And when we don't have those connective pieces, it's fun and games to say that it's for no reason, or that the reason is not for us to know. Mintaka is coming through to let you know it's time now for you to know. Some of you already have memory. You already have access to a lot of past lives. You already have visions. You already have dreams. You already have a lot of this information. But this is an entire new, basically parallel universe that they're opening you up to, because it is not here nor there. It is in between. It is omnipresent. And this is a different type of consciousness, a different perspective, a different manifestation, a different being that you are also a part of, beyond the human collective, beyond the earth collective, beyond source consciousness. This is water. So, I will pull a few cards of advice from Mintaka for you. I'm hearing slow and steady wins the race. Like when you hold your breath and you go underwater and you don't want to rush, but you don't need to run to go anywhere. You really couldn't if you tried. I mean, maybe a little bit, but that energy of let yourself float even when you're being productive. Let it slow down. Let the energy of the density around you make you feel weightless. And that is such a great analogy for the human experience. In the 3D realm, let the dense energies around you, which are water, let them create a weightlessness within you. Spirit manifest. Advice, please, to group number 1 from Mintaka. Advice, please. Thank you. 1 card. I'm hearing the song Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield. And I'm hearing just the end where she says, release your inhibitions. Release your inhibitions. It's time to start. When you begin this, you will find that you had never left. And you will feel a new version or a new pathway of sacred energy that you have not tapped in with before. You may have breached the surface. You may be familiar with it, but finally, it's time for you to dive in. They're showing me an analogy of a person diving into water, and to dive into the water, they hold their breath, or they utilize some sort of snorkel or scuba gear or something, but let's just say for all intents and purposes, this person is holding their breath. And so there is a limited amount of access that this person has holding their breath, even if they are Wim Hof. This is welcoming you into the world where there is nothing to hold you back. There is no need to hold your breath. There is no making sure you don't get the bends on your way up. There is nothing other than full immersion of this experience in a way where it always has been and it always will be, and you are finally awakening to this once more. It's no longer a place you go, a place you have access to, or something that you can tap in with, or something that taps in with you. It is no longer something that you drink, or something that you see, or something that you just know is there. Now, it is awakening to you, and you it. It is looking you in the proverbial eyes, and it is welcoming you home. Okay, group number 1, that was your channeled message from Mintaka. That was not what I expected to come out, but I love when that happens, and that was very beautiful. I hope this helped shed love, light, and clarity for you. And if you would like a personalized reading or a Reiki energy attunement session, you can find those on my Etsy shop down below in the description box. If you'd like to support me, it would mean the world if you liked this video, maybe left a comment, subscribe to my channel, but only if you feel called, if it resonates. Either way, I am so grateful that you're here. It's an honor and a privilege just to read with you guys and connect in this way. What a beautiful, beautiful energy to connect with anyone with at all. And it's honestly an honor and a privilege. So thank you for letting me read for you today via channel. Thank you to Mintaka and you for being open. And as always, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful, magical realm. I love you so very much. and I hope to see you next time. Namaste. Hi there, Group 2. Namaste and welcome to your reading. Thank you for being here today. Today I'm channeling a message to you from Mintaka, and you selected the second group with the Deepening Faith card. Now, what I'm feeling here is creative principle, the creative force. And with the Deepening Faith card, Mintaka wants to draw to your attention that, yes, they are a very creative and blissful collective. But they also want to draw some love, some gratitude, some lighthearted energy into your reading today. Mintaka would like to remind you, group number 2, that everything that is within and around you at this current point in time is a part of your own creative energy. Whether or not this is conscious, subconscious, from your higher self, or from universal cosmic consciousness, they want to remind you that your creative principle is woven within every single minute aspect of your life, especially right now. There's some sort of, maybe there's a situation around you, a person around you, an event around you, or an energy, something. There is something about your current situation or vibration or energy in life where they want to let you know that you might be looking for a why, you might be looking for a how, you might be looking for the result, you might be looking for a process or what you're supposed to be doing, what you're supposed to be knowing or learning or figuring out. And they want you to know that this might just be a creative decision of yours, because you can always look deeper into art and you can always just appreciate it for what it is. And so with this relativity and this also heart-centered energy that's coming forward today, you are being called to deepen your faith in the surroundings that you are currently around. Not only because they do have your highest interest at heart, but because you are the one whose creative principle has put yourself in these situations, put these situations around you, have allowed you to be in the current energy that you're in, around the certain people that you are in, and there is a reason for everything. Now with this, we do have an awareness here of the crown chakra, the heart chakra, and also this energy of cosmic consciousness here. Mintaka wants to remind you that you are kind of walking through, they're showing me, interestingly enough, I think they're called Mad Libs or something. They're these little stories where every now and then it will have a little plot, and then you get to fill in a noun, and then you get to fill in a verb, and you get to fill in an adjective, and then you kind of create your own funny little story. And so they're kind of showing you right now that the creative liberty has given you this framework, and what you choose to do with this is your own. They do want to let you know, however, that the general plot or the general story is written in stone. It is the things that are up to your own discretion that are the fill-in-the-blank aspects, meaning that whatever energy you're walking through, whatever situation you're in, okay, you get to take personal, in the moment, creative liberty here. And it's not going to affect the way that things turn out at the end of the day. Now, there may be some random things that pop up. For example, as we know, the ripple effect, the butterfly effect, when you do one thing, it causes something else to occur. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. However, they want to show you that there is a precise frame of energy that you are working through. And they're actually showing me, yes, the Mad Libs, I think they're called, but they're also showing me Mintaka itself. Mintaka is a water planet, and they are known for creative, sensual, blissful, beautiful beings of love and art and gratitude and passion. And with this, there is so much creative energy, there's so much unique energy, there's so much individuality, so much beauty and art, but it's all within Mintaka. And so one might be experiencing one unique song, and they might create the way the song goes, and they can swim to the left and then to the right and then make a beautiful pattern, and that will change the way that that song is received. It will change if they swim in a different direction, who might be the audience to that song. However, the framework of Mintaka is not changing. And so they would like to let you know at this current moment in time that it is encouraged that you deepen your faith, because the framework of your divine plan, of your soul's intention here, is set in stone. They would like to remind you, group number 2, that there is fate and there is destiny. This is why it's important to remember that we are co-creators. And for those of you who do not resonate with this, you may be leaning a little into one or the other. And alternatively, there is also a level of consciousness that makes both of those ideas obsolete only because it has transcended duality, not because there is not a divine plan for your life. So, Mintaka wants to draw to your attention today that there is a greater plan for you, and that at this point in time, you may be feeling like you have the reins and you don't know which direction you're supposed to go. And this is an opportunity for you to take creative liberty. This is not going to be something that can take you to the wrong place. This is not going to be something where you may be feeling as though there's a right move or a wrong move, although that might not be the way that you feel inside. But they want to let you know that right now, if you are used to following your intuition or having a plan or doing what you feel is walking you down the path that you are intended to be on, maybe mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, fiscally, rationally, at this point in time, you have the pen in your hand and you are being given opportunities to create your own story. Now, this does not mean, again, that you are rewriting the framework of that story, but it is saying that if you add different verbs and nouns and adjectives to a framework, to a loose framework, you are going to continue to see a different story that has different vibrations, that has perhaps different outcomes. However, the framework is the same. So right now, you might be in a place where your higher self has taken a little bit of creative initiative, if you will, and right now you're holding the reins. You get creative and you get the creative liberty within the situation. The reason that Mintaka wants to bring this up for you today is because there are a lot of shifts going on in your life. There are a lot of things that are asking you to exercise your own free will, your own sense of freedom, your sense of self. And there might be some things that are causing you to explore the human persona that you are today, as well as your soul, as well as your faith, as well as cosmic and universal consciousness. And with this, you are being called to have faith that you are enough, you have enough, you are in the right place at the right time. And if there is something that is dear to you as a human, as an individual, and you're noticing that you are in this place where the reins are in your hands and you're trying to tap all the way into cosmic consciousness, you are trying to receive messages from higher vibrations, from your higher self, from higher collectives, sometimes the reins are in your human hands to see what your human self wants to do. Because, as we know, suffering is coming from unfulfilled desires. So, when we have human desires or opportunities to take creative liberty, it is recommended that we follow them, not to our detriment, because ultimately, when we feel fulfilled and we feel satisfied and we feel that enough is enough, then we can rest, then we find peace, then we feel bliss, then we can float. And so, when the reins are in your hands, and it doesn't matter as much what you do, but you're wondering if there's a right answer or a wrong answer, and you just kind of find yourself in a place that you enjoy and you're not quite sure what the right answer is, the answer is that the framework is already presented for you. And that, I'm hearing FOMO, fear of missing out. This is not to encourage you to be reckless or overindulge, but Mintaka does want to encourage you to be creative, to perhaps express the things you would normally hold back, to perhaps give in situations where you normally would not give, or to receive in situations where normally you wouldn't receive, to explore different dynamics that you have not yet explored or have always been perhaps curious about, intrigued by, but maybe thought, oh, well, that's not for me, even though I feel perhaps drawn towards it, because this is karma. This is cleansing. This is kriya. And this is high vibrational, allowing your human body to human in its body. Now, Mintaka would like to draw your attention to your understanding of your emotions. You are a highly intuitive, highly intellectual, emotionally mature being that is aware at this point in time that you are doing the most. This is the energy of someone who's the bigger person all the time. This is perhaps the energy of a caretaker, the energy of maybe a manager or a business owner or a parent or just somebody who has a lot going on, a lot of responsibility. You're the bigger person. We see here that you either have a lot on your plate responsibility-wise, or a lot on your plate maturity-wise, or perhaps both. With this being the case, when you look at the situations that you have in front of your face and you see that they are perfect, they're coming seemingly at the right place at the right time, and also maybe a little bit the wrong place at the wrong time, what you have in front of you is exactly what situation you are being called to utilize for your creativity and liberation. So, when what is presented to you is an opportunity for you to find freedom, although it might be a little scary, or it's an opportunity for you to try something new, although it might feel a little tempting, this is not to say to dive into energies that are obstructive, or dive into energies that are destructive. But Mintaka does want to let you know that with this energy, with bliss, with creativity, it comes not holding back, truly, the things that you want to create. Not holding back when it comes to looking at the way that you feel. Not holding back when it comes to being authentic with yourself about the way that you feel, even if you can't rationalize it. Or if you don't like the way that you're rationalizing it. Or even if you do. Not holding yourself back when it comes to expressing the things that you feel. Not holding yourself back when it comes to perhaps letting it be what it is. And maybe having a little fun with it. I'm hearing risk it for the biscuits. Mintaka would like for you to embody and embrace some of this energy, because they're showing me a bunch of beautiful liquid beings floating around Mintaka. And these beings, their essence is creativity. This is the full expression of self in Mintaka. And this is not to say their existence is highly sacral, but it is to say that it is highly creative and expressive. And so, with this energy being so high vibrational, so tapped in with an entire other system, these beings are in some ways revered as beautiful high vibrational light beings. And in other instances, they are feared as malicious, siren, sensual, seductive beings. And this is in and of itself because of the essence of sensuality, expression, and creativity. We don't always like what we hear. We might not always say what we do like. We might not always feel something that's pleasant. Or we might feel something that is pleasant to one and unpleasant to another. This is subjective. But allowing that full subjectivity to blossom from the inside out fully is something that will allow that individuality of yours to blossom into source, to cosmic consciousness, to universal energy. We all know we can dive within and find the universe in there and find the connectivity with all things. And Mintaka is asking you to express your individuality so much so that when you go outwards with your eyes open, speaking your truth, doing and moving and creating and being and acting through those energies, to also find the universe working through you in that way, through your own subjectivity, through your own perhaps sensuality or expression or creativity. Mintaka wants to let you know that sometimes all it takes is just you dipping your finger into a pond to create a ripple. And this ripple can be something that comes back to you in a surprisingly beautiful way. They want to let you know that certain energies that you feel floating around in your aura are waiting for you to take creative liberty in a different situation in your life. We all have heard the phrase divine timing. We all understand that everything works as a system, one system, together. We are all working together to exist, to create, to vibrate, to exist, to come into consciousness, to feel, to express. And that individual piece that is you. Just like the best way you can help heal others is to heal yourself, the best way you can raise collective consciousness is to raise your own. The best way for you or for others, the best way for others to express themselves fully is for you to express yourself fully, to dive in with those emotions, to dive in with those sensations, to see the way that certain situations make your body feel and the way that that makes your emotions feel, the things that you want to create, the way that you find your own bliss, because there is objective bliss energy, there is objective universal cosmic energy. Mintaka wants to let you know that your subjective bliss energy, your subjective creative energies, these are also objectively divine, objectively universal, objectively cosmic. However, that one energy has been separated into individual pieces, and because of this, in order for that puzzle to be put together, that individuality must inherently be fully expressed. So, Mintaka would like to allow you space. Not that you need permission, but they would like to remind you that not only are you allowed, but you are encouraged, and it is healthy for you to explore freedom, passion, and expression in all ways, and to have faith in your own individual being, where when you tap into your authentic creativity, your authentic expression, your authentic sensuality, your authentic emotions, regardless of the way you think that they look or what you think that they should be, to trust that that framework is there to guide you, and that your subjective piece is just as important a part of the story. So, let's get into the tarot. This is my Mintaka light code I have guiding me for this reading. Just place it over here. Messages, please, from Mintaka to group number 2. Follow your arrow. They're showing me a compass, like spinning. Oh, actually, yeah, they're showing me a compass. And that it drew a few different situations involving compasses to mind, and because of that, I'm just gonna leave it there. Because your north, there's the north, and then there's your north. But no matter which way you go, if you're walking on a globe, you'll always end up back or near where you started. If you walk south, eventually you will end up north. And so on and so forth. So, messages, please, from Mintaka to group number 2. Thank you, my loves. Ooh, 4 of Wands. They would like for you to find your bliss. They want you to start at home. They want you to look at the things that are in your home that maybe you don't have a use for, or you don't get around to expressing, playing with, hanging out with, tending to as much. Maybe, okay, 4 of Swords, okay. Take a look at why as well. Maybe you have a box full of half-started arts and crafts. Maybe, like me, you have a couple guitars that are just right in front of your face every day, just begging for you to pick them up. And there might be a reason why you don't, right? So take a look at that box of crafts. Take a look at that guitar. Take a look at that that thing that you started. Take a look at those paintings you've been meaning to hang up, or that decor you've been meaning to take down. Whatever this is, that plant you've been meaning to propagate or tend to further. And gently, without it controlling your situation, okay, maybe look at the source there as to what has been holding you back from expressing this. And they would like for you to go through it. Go through it. Pick up those knitting needles. Pick up that guitar. Hang up those paintings. Spend time with that plant. And this may seem small, but this is why they want you to start at home. Because you know that phrase, home is where the heart is? Well, also, your home is a reflection of your heart. And this is not to say that the physical building that is your shelter is like going to go with you wherever you follow your heart to, although this may very well be the case. They would like to let you know that just as home can be wherever your heart feels at peace, your heart deserves to feel at peace when you are at your home also. So, while it might not be much, or you might not have much to work with, or maybe you do and it's overwhelming, or whatever situation you are in life at this moment, you're being called to make your home more homey. We have 444 coming out for you in Deepening Faith. We have this energy of, yes, everything being in the right place at the right time, but we also have this energy of ascending beyond mastery. Maybe the reason why you put those knitting needles down is because you were comfortable with how good you got at knitting. You were comfortable with your knitting skills. You didn't need to learn it anymore. So you put it down. But what about enjoying the process? What about creating a sweater because you wanted to create something? We're looking at energies like this now. So you've mastered something. So you're great at something. So there's something that you love or something that you wanted to use to decorate. And maybe you want the feng shui to be just right, so you've been studying feng shui, and so now you know where everything's going to go. You just have to put the pieces into play. There is this energy of withholding Four of Wands, Four of Coins, and the Hermit. The energy here is holding something within and using it as a light post internally. This is keeping something special for you and you alone, holding something sweet in your heart. This can be an energy of, I'm hearing the song The One That Got Away by Katy Perry. So this might be the love for a person that you just keep to yourself and you don't talk about. This can be a hobby that you adore but you don't go there. It can be something that you want to do and maybe you're good at it or you have the tools but you just don't sit down and make the time for it. This subjectivity, there is such an important part of you that is ready to come to the surface now, because what has been holding this within you now has been healed. The reason why it was important or helpful or felt good or whatever, the reason why this was put within you and held there so specially to be just between you and you alone. Whatever reason that was, whatever energy this is, this has been healed. And so now Mintaka would like for you to take this energy and push it out. Not in a way where you're releasing it, but in a way where it becomes a part of your life. You hang it up in your house, you get to look at it. You're working on that sweater, you get to put your hands on it. Because this is also the divine working through you. You utilizing that subjectivity. You expressing that love that goes unexpressed. Whether it's you writing or having a good friend as a confidant. Now, Mintaka would like to remind you again, they have this energy of, say there's you, say your body consciousness. Looking within, you find the cosmos. And that is a place where you find peace and bliss. Now, the creative energy of this blissful source, universal, cosmic consciousness creates itself into you. And that very essence that not only lives within you, you are if you're looking at a portal, and you have the way in, the event horizon, and the way out. Your body is that event horizon. Your body is the veil between realms, between universal consciousness to your body and your body to universal consciousness. And so in one sense, you have divine objectivity, which is divine creativity. And on the other side, you have your subjectivity, which is your creativity. And both of them are two sides to the same coin. This is why you are important. This is why the expression of your individuality is part of the divine plan. But there's something that you are being called to look at, something that you hold near and dear to your heart, something that is so very special for you and only you, or you and a few others, something that is in its essence yours and yours alone. This has been a lighthouse, or has the capacity to be a lighthouse. Whatever this is, this candle, you're being called to light it on fire again. And when you light a candle, it's a beautiful, collected, manageable flame. But it brings joy to the room. Home is where the heart is, and your heart is also expressed through your home, your body, your life. Your home is beyond your body. It is beyond the building. It is, when you look within, it is this divine consciousness, this cosmic consciousness that Mintaka would like for you to tap in with, that connective principle. That connection between you and that friend that is so special and dear to you. That connection between you and that hobby, or you and that painting that you felt so drawn to but haven't hung up yet. That creative principle that is your own reflection of divine will working through you as subjectivity, so that all the other pieces of the puzzle can also be unlocked. Because when yours is fully expressive, it allows those other puzzle pieces that are looking for the ones that they also fit around to be able to see clearly where they go. And this is also part of the divine plan. So, allow yourself comfort with creative liberty. Allow yourself to re-spark that fire, even if, and especially if, it might be a little scary. You might feel that you're not supposed to. Maybe you should be over it by now. Maybe you don't have time. Maybe adults don't knit sweaters. Maybe only grandmas knit sweaters. But either way, allow yourself to first find comfort in the home that is your internal space. Find comfort in the home that is your body. Find comfort in the home that is your house. Now, with that energy, inward, present, and outward, find that peace, that special peace, and align it with that same vibration. This is your message from Mintaka today, group number 2. Because this, the full expression of this, in its highest vibration of divine bliss, is what it feels like or felt like to be a Mintakan every moment in that collective, fully submerged. They said pun intended. So do not fear backtracking or going out on a limb, because this part of your life is consciously and purposefully by you and the divine plan kind of a place for you to fill in the blanks where there's no wrong answer. And when you look back, you will notice that that was perfect and predetermined too. Without the pressure to make the right or wrong choice, because you're within a framework. You are working within a framework. So, trusting that you can deepen your faith a little bit. Everything is going to work out. Things do happen for a reason. But a little bit of bite the bullet energy when little things pop up. because it may be an opportunity for you to explore, to express, to create, to invent. And this is all to help you find or cultivate or sustain peace within. Mintaka is aware that you've done a lot of healing and that you've healed and then rested. Now you're ready to celebrate the end of a process, or you have been. Now that you are done with this, or you have cleansed and recharged this energy, much like a crystal, you might put it on a shelf. However, when that crystal is just what you need and it's cleansed and charged and exactly where you put it last, pick it up and see what it's been waiting to tell you. Share the energy you've been waiting to share with it, because that is so beautiful. You are so beautiful. And whatever that thing is for you, that crystal on the shelf, that guitar in the corner, that person in your heart, that yarn in your craft bin, it was put there until now for a reason. And you've done such a wonderful job. So send love and light, of course. And trust that you can have faith that things will be more gentle for you than you might initially perceive them to be. Go for it, whatever that means for you. A little weird, a little different, a little new, a little scary, a little old, a little you. Okay, group number 2. This was your channeled message from Mintaka. I hope this helped shed love, light, and clarity on your situation. And as always, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful magical realm. If you are interested in a personal reading or a channeling session, that will be listed below in the description box on my Etsy, as well as personal Reiki, light code, and energy attunement sessions. You can find my Follow Your Heart and Light Code Oracle decks, as well as my books, journals, and little crystal jewelry art that I make. I'm sending you all my love, light, and gratitude, and hopefully I will see you next time. Namaste. Hello, Group 3. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Today I am channeling a message to you from Mintaka, and you selected the 3rd group with the Blessing Magnet card. The first message that wants to come out for you, I'll be using this light code to help me channel from Mintaka here. The first message that wants to come out is that you are a bright, shining light, and that things in your life are going to be alchemizing in a way that is pleasantly surprising for you. Now, you are aware how to transmute energies. You're aware how to take something that is uncomfortable or seemingly negative and flip it upside down so that you heal, so that you transmute, so that you turn a lesson into a blessing, as I often like to say. Mintaka would like to let you know that there are some situations in your life that are coming back up right now for a reason. You may feel as though something inside of you has healed, but you keep being shown reflections of past versions of you in ways that maybe make you second guess whether or not something is going to be re-emerging, or if this is stemming from within you. You're aware that your vibration aligns with the things in your life, or the things in your life align with your vibration. And with this being the case, you are looking at these energies that are not aligning with your internal state, but they do strike a chord with you. And Mintaka would like to draw gentle awareness to the difference between these two energies. there is something here where you know for a fact that you are headed on a path of blessings, and they want to assure you that this is correct. You seem to have recently experienced maybe an upgrade, maybe with your level of consciousness, your spiritual gifts and abilities, maybe just in your career, maybe you're feeling a little bit better, maybe you're looking a little bit better. You have this different pep in your step. Mintaka would like to come through for you today, specifically group number 3, and let you know that their connection with you has gone through a trial and error phase, or is currently going through a trial and error phase. And the reason that they want to mention it to you in this way is because there's something very special about you. And so associating with you individually is something that is beautiful, but they also want to, in a sense, give you enough space to be able to walk into your own blessings. When something is gifted to you from the universe, Mintaka has seen the way that your emotions react. And this is not to say that you give your hopes up, and it's also not to say that you don't accept blessings when they're in your life. But Mintaka does want to draw to your attention the feeling of worthiness, the fact that you deserve blessings to come to your life, the fact that you deserve for things to be easier for you, the fact that you notice that as soon as you begin to catch on with this, you might begin to notice the opposite happening in your life. And you'll often hear manifestation coaches talk about the fact that sometimes when you try to manifest something, you will experience the opposite before you get what you ask for. Now, this is not always the case. However, when this is the type of content you're consuming and this is your subconscious belief, this is what will come to the forefront. Therefore, Mintaka would like to let you know that they are going to be, if they are not already, helping you out in your dream state to help you to rewire some of these subconscious beliefs that you have been consuming in media or in communities where there is a group manifestation that might not necessarily be aligned with truth. It might seem like there's a rule, which there may be exceptions to, when in reality, what is being mass-produced is not actually the rule, it is the exception. And while this might not resonate with all of you, Mintaka wants to let you know that all of you have a big blessing on the way for you. They also would like for you to know that less is more when it comes to the amount of energy that you're exerting in life. Now, this might seem like you are being given opportunities to invest more energies. You might be picking up more projects, might have more people around you. The people around you might need your support, your help, your love a little more than usual right now. And you're being encouraged to trust that less is more. This is not to say to pull back and not to put your effort and your energy towards something that is asking for it, but it is to say not only to use your discretion, but to remember that quality energy, quality support is a lot better than quantity of it. Now, with this being the case, they would like to let you know that you are working very strongly with your inner fire at this time, and that at this moment you are kind of casting a vibrational net around you. What they mean when they say this is that when you set your intentions, when you have a belief system, when you want something so bad, you hope and pray for something so bad, you seek for an answer so very much, or you just send out so much effort in one particular area or several areas, you continue to weave and create a net, and eventually you cast this net. Now, you are being encouraged to allow the net to catch whatever is here and reel it in. As this occurs, you will notice that there are a lot of blessings and a few surprises in the net as well. They're using this fishing analogy because Mintaka is a water planet, not necessarily because they are encouraging fishing. But they want to draw this analogy to you because there are a lot of things that are going to be showing up unexpectedly in your life, that are going to be a lot bigger, a lot better, a lot shinier, a lot more abundant than you would have even guessed on your brightest days. In the happiest corner of your mind, what you might expect. You know how they say, prepare for the worst and expect the best, or trust that things are always working out a little better for you than you think. Things like this. You are about to have an example of this shown to you very, very soon. However, this is going to happen in not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 areas of life. One of these situations is something that is mirrored, and you might have thought for a long time that it wasn't. This is coming up as a message for you, so take it however it resonates. There is another message here to remind you to communicate clearly and concisely, and a little tip from me to you, if you would like help in this area, this mudra here is going to be the one that helps you. For those of you who are just listening and not watching the video, this is the open circle mudra that we see all of the time, with the pointer finger and the thumb connected with the other 3 fingers out straight. This mudra opens up the air elements and it helps you to communicate clearly and concisely. It also helps to clear the mind, and it does also help to deepen or strengthen your meditation. It taps you in with the air element. So, Mintaka would like to connect with you today because they're aware that there are a lot of energies that are up in the air for you right now, or where you feel maybe you are in a transitional period in life, or perhaps you are aware that you're currently being blessed, but you might not be feeling either up to the challenge. Maybe you're a little bit tired. Maybe life is asking for a lot from you right now. And not only can you do it, not only do you have the ability to manifest this energy and work through the things that are asked of you, but this is an opportunity for you to practice putting less of your energy, however, still quality of your energy, towards these situations. You can get the same amount done with less effort. When there is a will, there is a way. And so you are being called to try to find the path of least resistance at this time. Not to say that life is always easy or to always take the easy way out, but at this point in time, it is quality over quantity, and sometimes less is more. So Mintaka wanted to bring this message to you. This way you will be, I'm hearing, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed when these blessings come into your life. Now, I would like to pull the tarot for you to see what other messages Mintaka have for you today. Now, it's interesting that this message is coming specifically from Mintaka. Some of you already know why, and for others of you, we're going to get into this soon. They're really showing me the colors here. We actually have the color of the higher heart chakra, as well as the color of cosmic consciousness coming here. So this is an almost expression of divine unconditional love. Love that is really, truly unconditional. Unconditional love is not unconditional boundaries, and it is not giving out every single drop of your energy. However, unconditional love is pure intent and perhaps the willingness to be able to do so. Unconditional love takes every single shape, size, form, color, and manifestation in and off of this earth. However, the vibration of love, the vibration of gratitude, the true vibration of love and gratitude in your higher heart chakra here is something that Mintaka would like to draw attention to and would like to show you through a reflection. I'm hearing finally, or at last, how beautiful it is inside, and would like for you to see this reflected back to you finally. They're showing me the number 2, they're showing me the number 99, they're showing me the number 33, and they're showing me the number 39, as well as 333. So numerology can be significant for you at this time, or you may be seeing heightened angel numbers. If you are feeling this is the case for you, or you notice that this is in the upcoming days or week, this is Mintaka signaling to you. I'm also hearing the song How Long Will I Love You by Ellie Goulding, and I'm getting that mostly this is from you to you. This is from the universe to you. This is from Mintaka to you. However, this may also be a vibration that helps you to align to the acceptance and the understanding of this unconditional love that you already have flowing within you, that you can utilize in order to maintain the stronghold of energy while also acting through less is more. Okay? So messages, please, from Mintaka to group number 3. Messages from Mintaka to group number 3. You are really about to be surprised by something here, group number 3. And I'm actually hearing, I'm singing in the rain, I'm singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again. So there may be something here, perhaps something that you've cried over, or something that taps you in with your emotions here. This will be something that is perhaps very beautiful for you, but the energy of like a beautiful release. This can be like a happy cry. This can be like a very self-love bath kind of moment energy, right? Vibe. Or this can be something that you cried about because you were just kind of, now they're drawing me back to less is more. Okay, so this can be something where you try and you try and you try. right? There's going to be something where you show up so many different times. You have the faith, you have the devotion, you show up, you're determined, you do the hard work, and then eventually you're led in a different direction spiritually. This can also be something that awakens you spiritually, and you feel as though you've been hearing about a blessing for a long time. You feel as though you have become so strong. You have gained so much clarity, so much intuition, so much spiritual growth. And growth is beautiful. And we do not grow in life in order to get results and rewards. However, there is this energy here of like finishing an uphill battle only to get to the top of the mountain and find another one. And when you finish this one, you find another one. And this is just to say, there's an acknowledgement here that Mintaka wants to say they really truly feel the energy of your heart. They feel the clarity, the purity. They feel you. They understand you from your heart and your higher heart chakra. They're aware of the amount of times that you have been burned. There are amount of the times when you needed to fake it till you made it in energies that relate to your solar plexus, to your inner fire, to your passion. Times when you have been passionate about something, and because you followed your heart, you followed your passion, you had to work harder than others. Times when you could have had a leg up, but you didn't, but you were treated like you did anyway. Times when you may have cried over certain situations and been stressed and hurt and upset and needed to push forward anyway. They're showing me a lot of energies here of moving in silence, emotionally, and perhaps in life in general. Now, Mintaka would like to draw to your attention the fact that you are loved by so many more than you think. And they also want to draw your attention to I'm hearing lower register, and they're showing me a bass clef, okay? So this actually can draw your attention to, if you're into sound healing, the C, D, and E, or alternatively C, C sharp, D, E flat, E, okay? It can also draw your attention here to the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and the solar plexus. Now we have a lot of wands coming out here with the Hierophant and the Eight of Coins. Five of Cups, of course, at the back of the deck. But Mintaka would like to draw attention for you to the fact that you've been going through a lot of really pivotal moments that are very defining for your character, for your archetype as a whole. And now oftentimes we don't like to look at life in terms of character development. It's not always the most fun. However, they see this and they want to let you know that you're about to be cut a break. It might not seem like it right now, but they want to let you know that sometimes if you have to sit and weave an entire net, but first you have to make the material of the thread, and then you have to build a net, and then you have to build a boat, and you bring the net onto a boat, and then you somehow attach the net to the boat, and then you end up casting the net. At this point, you are exhausted and you are cranky, and this whole entire thing started because you were hungry. So now it is X amount of time later, and you still have not been fed. It is X amount of time later, and you are now tired. You have now put your blood, sweat, and tears into something. You are floating in the middle of the ocean, and you know that you're devoted. You know that you've learned. You know that you've acquired skill. You know that you have what it takes to keep putting the work in, and you know how to follow your intuition to move smarter, not harder. Now, less is more. But that still does not fill that stomach. That still does not gift you everything, the results of what you've been working for. And again, we don't learn and grow for result. Well, we don't learn and grow for a reward, but we do yield results. And so Mintaka would like for you to take a look at your heart. Take a look at your emotions. Take a look at those things in there that might kind of come up sometimes and be a little bit raw. Take a look at those things that might make you feel a little bit mushy-gushy, a little bit soft. Take a look at the things in there that are beautiful about you, that clarity, that purity. Look at the innocence that those feelings come from. And look at that innocence, and look how far that innocence has had to climb in order to be strong. Look at the strength within the softness. There is this energy of, well, we have Mintaka here, water. Water is soft, it is gentle, but it is also oh so strong, and it literally makes waves. Water sustains life. It also can take life. Water provides for us electricity. Water provides for us health. It provides for us memory. It provides for us emotions and intuition. And here we have this energy of being the water, being the water, being the water, but not getting to feel the water. Having to swim in order to make it to where you're going and never getting to float and just feel the current, letting it take you where you're meant to be. Not because you didn't try, but because every time you would lay on your back, you would get swept away by a rip current. And so you have to figure out how to survive. Now, Mintaka wants you to know that yes, there is a blessing around the corner for you, group number 3. And they want you to look at something that is perhaps a little bit sensitive or alternatively desensitizing to you. Maybe there's something that can go a little bit of either, depending on the day. They want you to know that this has been alchemizing for a long time, and that this is something that makes you more beautiful. And although this might not be how you feel today, it may be, they would love for you to acknowledge the fact that you were beautiful before this energy found you, or you found it, before you stepped into this energy, before this was required of you, or you needed to do this. The version of you that showed up in order to devote yourself to this, in order to be strong, the version of you that was happy and sad and determined and passionate and intuitive and putting in the hard work and determined, these versions of you, they're all beautiful as well. And the version that you are now, this seasoned, weathered energy, they're showing me like someone who's like, I've seen some stuff, you don't want to know what I've seen, but they're just kind of like this mysterious person. They want you to know that you can close your eyes and imagine a bubble of blue liquid light. And you can plunge into this. And in this place, you can listen. And you can hear songs like songs you've never heard before. You can feel the sensation of floating in a way you've never felt before. You can see faces you've never seen before. And you can see creations and inventions that you've never thought of before. And this energy is beautiful. And it also lives within you. It lives within you, in your body, on this earth, with your eyes open, your feet on the ground, all weathered, happy, sad, upset, tired, passionate, ready to go, ready to stop, all of those versions of you. Mintaka is aware that you've kind of been tired of breaking cycle after pattern after pattern after cycle, and that certain things you closed out a really long time ago, yet there's this energy of suspension, of, no, you have to decompress after you do all the work. You have to wait after you finish putting everything together and you cast your net and you collect your catch, but you have to wait before you reel it in. This moment of almost feeling like forced suspension. And trust that this is a blessing in disguise, and that you may not know why right now, but it's intentional. Mintaka is aware that you are ready, willing, and able to devote yourself and show up for the hard work that it takes in order for you to yield abundance on behalf of yourself and whatever else it is that you want to give your love to. Also, it is very seen that you have been doing the most for the least. And perhaps during this, watching others do the least and receive the most. And this is also something that has yielded a great strength within you. Mintaka would like to draw attention to your legs. And they would like you to really, really feel the sensations of your feet on the earth. This is something that they don't experience. And so allowing yourself to tap in with that energy or become more aware of your legs, you're also being called to do a detoxification of the system. This might look like donating to charity. And if you only have the shirt on your back and you're being asked to give the shirt on your back, this energy is really prevalent for you right now. It's a deep cleanse. Some of you, a little bit of lemon, ginger, turmeric, tea. Some of you, you're being called to look at the money in your savings account and spend some of it, donate some of it. Not for your passion, but for your cleansing. And this is not to say to release everything that you've worked so hard for that barely got you to where you are. But there is something to be said about detoxifying your life. What are the things that stress you out? What if they were no longer there? What if it's exactly the thing that you're holding on to so very much because you need it? What if they're the very legs on your body? What if it's the very heart of your being? So they would like to draw attention to this energy here. And they want to let you know that this purification and ultimately this detachment is something that is going to not only help you to have a clean slate, you know that phrase that you'll hear every single spiritualist used, including myself, when you have full hands and the universe tries to give you something, you have to let go in order to have space to receive. So you're being called to detach. Your hands are pretty full right now. Maybe you're kind of tired. Decompress. This is the suspended animation, but you're still holding on to something. Put it down, lay on your back, look up at the sky. See the shapes in the clouds. Mintaka is kind of really wanting to give this Piscean energy to you in the sense of optimism, of hope, of creativity, of daydreaming a little bit, of imagination, and of trusting not only that things are working out in your favor and you're working extra hard, so then there are two things working in your favor. That's beautiful, and it's very determined and very amazing of you. It says a lot about your character, a lot about your capacity. However, you being that determined, there's also a mirror here. This mirror being the universe or a scenario or your blessing being just as determined to come to you. And so when you release the very thing you're holding on to, this will be exactly what gives you the results. This will be exactly what gives you that blessing that draws towards you all that is naturally meant to occur for you. Because when you put out such determination, when you put out such love, what do you think you will receive in return? Exactly that. A mirror reflection of you, unquitting, strong, intuitive, passionate, creative, unconditional, determined love, gratitude, effort from the universe with the bow on top and your name on it, where you won't have to lift a finger. However, group 3, you are not only not lifting a finger, you are actually lifting all of your fingers and doing a couple pull-ups and running a marathon and running 12 businesses and building a boat to cast in fish with the net that you made, and insert any analogy that you want. Cheaper by the dozen vibes. That moment that you daydream, that moment that you release, that moment where you have that hope and you say, what if, but not in a way where you want, or it makes you get up and act, or sit down and meditate, or try to align or release so that you can vibrationally align or make space. The moment that you stop exerting your energy, the moment that you stop swimming, the moment that you stop escaping the riptide, is the moment that you start to float. And the moment that you start to float is the moment where it doesn't so much matter what your legs are doing or the way that they're feeling. It doesn't so much matter what happened yesterday. It doesn't so much matter where you're going. And this release, it might be scary, it might be pivotal, it might be beautiful, but a magnet is a magnet, and if you are doing, you are exerting positive energy. And when you are a magnet, you are negative energy, which is a magnet. It is bringing energies towards you. So when you show up and you are putting energy out, we know positive attracts negative. You give to energies that receive. And when you become a magnet, when you are negatively charged with, and I'll say it because it can be scary, your shadow, your femininity, the left side of your body, receptivity, your flow, your daydream, the Neptunian, Mintakan, starseed, celestial, aquatic energy. When you become negatively charged, positive energies must come to you. So, dare yourself not to lift a finger. Less is more. Quality over quantity. There's so much being required of you right now. Maybe it is to get you to identify how beautiful you are and when enough is enough. And from this place, there is nothing to be done but float, go with the current, and let yourself receive magic, imagination, hope, all of those energies that you might be very much trying to rationalize right now. Very much, well, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't. This is why you're receiving this message, Group 3. Because you know how much you can do. And you've already done it. And you continue to do it. However, balanced is positive and negative. And sometimes, letting the universe give us blessings that are open to interpretations, sometimes working really hard to build a net, build a boat, cast the net, draw in whatever comes in, we don't always know what's going to be in it. And it takes a lot of energy to be able to receive, just as much as you give. It is still an energetic current that's flowing through you. And so if you want something to do, to devote yourself to, tap in with your feminine energies, with your magnetism. Focus on things that allow you to receive in your masculine energies. So this will be the left side. The left rules feminine, receiving, but the lower chakras, root, sacral, solar plexus. This can also, for some of you, identify with the left side of your body on the lower area of your body. For example, your hips, your SI joints, your pelvis, your rib cage, maybe for some of you, even your traps. So, allow yourself to receive beautiful things, receive beautiful experiences, and trust that you are being called right now to pull back your energy and see what comes in when you pull back your energy, because you've put your energy out so much that if that is by this definition, Mintaka would like to show you. If you put your energy everywhere, when you pull that back to you, what you bring in is all of what you've put out. Think of it like a yo-yo. I'm not saying that you're yo-yoing people, places, things, situations, but if you put energy towards something and then you draw your energy back, your energy comes back to you. And so does whatever you stuck it to. And so does the magic that you added to it, the growth that you added to it. Mintaka would like for you to tap in with your higher heart chakra and tap in with the purity behind your strength. That softness behind the passion. The hope, that sweet, innocent, optimistic energy behind that determination, that commitment, that contract. And notice that you're going to be looking at a garden you've been working so very hard on, so hard that some of the plants around you that have blossomed to harvest are now ready to be harvested. They're now ready to be collected. And you have been weeding, you have been pruning, you have been mulching, you have been propagating, you have been doing all of the things. Why did you start a garden in the first place? Probably because plants are very lovely. And how wonderful it is to care for something beautiful. And you also get harvests out of it, beautiful fruits and vegetables and herbs, flowers, bees, butterflies. There's a lot of hard work that goes behind it. And Mintaka is encouraging you to tap in with them, because they will help you float. Because they live in a place where that quite literally is all you can do. And so they would like for you to take a little chapter out of their book. You are a blessing magnet, and because of what you've put out, there is so much coming back to you in larger quantities and more beautiful bounties than you would have guessed or even hoped for. The last step is for you to drop the reins. Drop the reins. You are a magnet. Allow yourself to believe it. Own it. You deserve everything that you've been working towards, everything that you're passionate about. You deserve that innocence behind that strength to be honored. You deserve that hope behind that willpower to be honored. And it will, and it is. As soon as you let go, as soon as you fall back, that will be the moment where you see where the current's taking you. Do you dare to stop swimming? Okay, group number 3. That is your channeled message from Mintaka. I hope this helps shed love, light, and clarity on your situation today. And as always, I hope you have an amazing and beautiful rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful, magical realm. If you would like a personal reading or a Reiki session, you can find that below on my Etsy shop in the description box. You can also find my oracle decks, my journals, books, crystals that I wrap, and beautiful things like this. Thank you so much for connecting with me today. If you would like to support me in any way, the best way you can help me is to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, because it helps me keep doing what I love, and it means the world to me to get to connect with you guys, read your energy, channel these beautiful collectives and vibes, and live my dream. So thank you guys so much. I'm grateful that you're here. I'm sending you all my love, light, and gratitude, and I hope to see you next time. Namaste.